Separate someone who uses AI from someone who masters it comes down to one thing: having a system. Today, I'm walking you through 4 concepts that will transform how you work with AI. The ask question, how to grade your prompts, when to use custom GPTs versus prompt libraries, and the architecture that makes everything scalable. This is something that I add in every prompt that I write, and it's so easy. In the end, you ask me 2 questions that would help you to give me a better answer. That's it. Why does it work? Because AI doesn't know what it doesn't know about your context. When you invite questions first, you are essentially giving the AI permission to get the information that it needs before it starts to generate. Think about it. When you hire a consultant, do you want them to immediately start talking? Or you wanted them to ask smart questions first? In the single edition, take prompts from generic outputs to outputs that feel like they were written by someone who actually knows your business. Add this to every prompt in your library. It costs you nothing and multiplies your results. Not every prompt deserves a place in your library. And if you're building a system, you need a way to evaluate what stays and what goes. Does the prompt include enough background for the AI to understand your situation, your industry, your audience, your constraints? A prompt that specifies tone, length, recipient, and desired outcome. A prompt that just says, write me an email, is flat. Is the output something you can actually use? Or does it require heavy editing every single time? Can you repeat over time? Can you use this prompt again? Does it work across different scenarios? Or it is just one time and done? Showing the AI a sample of what you want dramatically improves the output quality. When I evaluate a prompt, if it doesn't score well, doesn't make it into my library. Quality over quantity. And this is the question that I have all the time. Should I build a custom GPT or just save my prompts? The answer is, it depends. Depends on what you are trying to do. A custom GPT is powerful. You can upload documents, set persistent instructions, give it a personality, but custom GPTs have limits. They do not update automatically. If your business changes, your process evolves, your GPTs becomes outdated. On the other hand, your library is portable, flexible, it's yours. My recommendation, get GPT for specific workflows, something that doesn't change often. Your prompt libraries, everything else. Your prompt library is your foundation. Your GPT are specialized tools you build on top of it. Understanding when to use each one saves you and prevents the frustration of building something that becomes obsolete. Now let's talk about the architecture. If you want a prompt system that scales, you need to understand prompt stack model. Separate what rarely changes, your foundation. This is the role definition, your brand voice, your core constraints. When writing client emails, include acknowledgement, value proposition, clear next steps. This is the structure, changed occasionally. And you have the variables. The client name, situation, deadline, changes every single time. When you stack these layers, you're not rewriting prompts from scratch. You're swapping the variables. The foundation, the framework is intact. This is how you go from writing prompts to engineer systems. Systems scale, individual prompts don't.